All right, so tonight we have a bit of an ugly slab here to do. This thing, so the pith goes right through the middle of this one. We caught the edge of it in the last one. This one will definitely need bow ties because the cracks on the checks on the other side, some of them go quite a ways through. But what we're going to want to do with this, this thing is really bad. This must have been the piece on top in the pile and it was sticker stacked, but we're cupped real bad on this. My edge is over here, the middle's touching, the edges are up almost a ½ inch. That's quite a bit. And then this guy right here, where it bumps out, swept up quite a bit more. So I actually have the cup facing down on this rather than facing up like I normally would. Because the other way, this guy right here throws it off so bad, I'd have to take way too much off of this to make it worth saving. So we're going to take little bites with this. I'm going to see if I could set up the camera so you guys can actually see the router bit working it. When this is this bad and we have to take so much off to get it, I start small increments and work it down. It takes a little bit longer, but the end product is much, much better. So stay tuned and I'll catch you on the other side of it. All right, so we got our first pass done. This thing is way, way, way out of whack. So we are still an 1/8 inch shy right here in the middle. We're about a 3/16 down here a little bit. So now we got that first pass. I'm going to set the bit about a 1/4 inch deeper, and then we're going to get the whole thing. When you have a lot of material like that, you got to take it down a lot to get it flattened out. Take small bites and you'll save your router a lot of work. And that's even if you're using a proper surfacing bit that's made for doing this. I'm using a 3/4 inch straight bit, and it works pretty well, especially if you're taking little bites. But we're going to keep after it. All right, well, we have another, now we have half that slab done. So that slab has a lot going on as far as that big cup, and then it must have been the top slab or something. I must not have had it weighted down enough. Sometimes, though, you can weight those things down a lot. You can strap them. Just the internal stresses, as soon as you take the straps off, sometimes they'll go wonky on you. The elm usually dries pretty well for me, but I think that's going to work for us really, really well. It's going to bring kind of a little bit of a different grain pattern out than the other one that we did. This is going to be the shelf below where the TV's sitting. This is going to be the editing station where the computer sits and all that. So I don't like having the computer out of the family space. I kind of like it where we could see it. Not that the kids really get on it much, but you just never know. But the one side where we have the bump out where that knot was, where a branch had been cut off at one time and it grew out around it, that thinned down considerably. I think it's about 1 1/4 inch, 1 3/8 thick right there now, rather than 2 inches. That's how much just that one edge rolled different than the rest of it. But I think that's going to kind of give it a pretty neat look because it gets thicker towards the ends and a little bit thinner there on the one side. So I think we're going to run with that rather than take it down to that same thickness because, like I said, I think it'll look kind of neat. But tomorrow night we're going to try to get the other side of that done, get it sanded down, do the same thing. We're going to cut that exactly the same size as the last one, and then we're going to make a cabinet. We're going to make face frames and everything to go in there and a couple of doors to shut the computer up when it's not being used, something that looks nice in that corner. I'm not sure what I'm going to do underneath of it, if anything, because I want the computer chair to be able to roll under there. This thing will be attached to the wall. We have plenty of wood, plenty of studs to anchor that thing to, so that's what we're going to go for there. But, so anyway, limitations of the router sled, even on a piece like that, you can get it. It's a lot more screwing around. I do more passes. That way we're not taking too much at once. You really overwork the heck out of your router. Excuse me, I'm getting tired. But you can overwork that router quite a bit if you're trying to hog too much at once. You don't want to go through there with a straight bit or any bit and try to remove 1/2 inch at a time. It's just, you're going to overwork yourself. You're going to overwork your equipment. And woodworking tools are expensive. There's no reason to destroy something before it's time just because you're in a hurry to get it done. Take your time with it. Once in a while, you're going to hit a knot and that thing's going to take off on you. So make sure you have a good hold on that router. You do not want that thing flying out, hitting you in the face or something like that. But other than that, just another day, another night in the shop, which pretty damn lucky we get to spend so many nights out here. Not a lot of guys get the kind of time in their shop that I do, so I'm pretty lucky that way. My wife is a patient woman, so hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you on the next one.